Today, we're clearly at the end of 2019. I'm fielding a lot of phone calls from people who are planning for 2020, and they're asking two questions. One, what do we need to do to be a real estate investor next year? How do we get ready for that? So I have some information on what to avoid when becoming a real estate investor. And two, I'm taking phone calls from homeowners who want to move next year into a different home, and they're asking what should they do to prepare for that. So I'm going to discuss today what they should do to prepare for that outside of home maintenance and staging and updating, so on and so forth. What due diligence, what decisions need to be made today to prepare to go on the market? Before I get into these topics, I'm David Russell with the Russell team, and thank you for watching this video in our video series about buying, selling, and owning real estate. Please call, text, or email us if we can help you. First, I'm going to talk on the subject of homeowners who want to move next year. What do they need to do today to get ready to do that? Number one, go ahead and hire your agent today. Find the right agent for you. Shameless plug, we're here. We'll do a great job for you. Call us. We'll take care of everything. Outside of that, here's what you need to do. You want to make sure that you have an agent that is skilled in marketing, not just going to tell you, hey, we're going to syndicate it out to all these websites. Everybody does that. It's done automatically. What specifically are you going to do outside of the typical real estate marketing strategies beyond everyone else? Do you have a track record? Does it work? How can you demonstrate that it works? You want a person who has superior marketing skills, especially today as the market is shifting a little bit. You want an agent that's going to get it out in front of as many people as possible. So you want to vet your agent and hire that person. Also, you want to hire an agent that has a track record of listing and selling homes. A lot of agents will list a home, but maybe they sell one or two homes a year, or sellers, they list one or two homes a year and they help maybe a half a dozen or a dozen buyers a year. Very different techniques and strategies involved in both sides of the business. So make sure you have an agent that's skilled and has the skills to do the listing side. So that's number one, get the right agent. Number two, you have to make a strategic decision on, are you going to sell this home, go into temporary housing, and then find your dream home? Are you going to find your dream home, make a contingent offer, and hopefully get a contingent contract, and then try and sell your home within the deadline? Or are you going to get approved and buy your next dream home and then carry two notes while you sell the current home? Or are you going to get a bridge loan that will carry the note and give you the equity out of your current home so that you can buy your next dream home? So there's 3 or 4 different strategies there. Which one are you going to implement? So there's pros and cons and costs associated with each one of those strategies. So you want to do the due diligence on which one works best for you well in advance of starting to go out and finding your dream home. You don't want to make an emotional decision on a dream home and then find out you're going to have some issues in the back end. You want to have done that due diligence in the beginning. You may ultimately decide to do one. You may decide to go ahead and buy one and carry the note. That's fantastic. Just know it may take some time to sell your current home, and you're going to carry that. So make sure that you've done that due diligence. Number 3 is, when do you go on the market? And I get that call all the time. When's the best time to sell? The best time to sell is when it is best for you and your family. There are people out looking at homes about 363 days a year. Christmas, New Year's Day, and Thanksgiving are about the only 3 holidays I've not personally shown homes or had listings shown. So there are people every single day, almost every day of the year, looking at houses to buy. So the best time to sell is when it's best for you and for your family. That's why you need to talk to an agent and get your agent, shameless plug again, get us online. We can work through the other components, get the strategies in place, get you locked in and ready. And then when you're ready to go on the market in the spring, in the summer, in the fall, and next winter, doesn't matter. You have all the components in place to make a logical, sound decision that's best for your family. So I hope that helps you. If you want to discuss that further, please call me. Now, the investor question. These are some tips of some pitfalls to avoid. Not tips, these are pitfalls to avoid. Very expensive ones. Number 1, hire the right agent. Again, very critical that you hire the right agent. And I suggest you find an agent that either owns rental properties or certainly has helped other investors buy and sell rental properties. It's a different mindset when you're looking at a property to buy as an investment versus buy to move into. So you want an agent that has that track record. 2, don't make an emotional decision. What I mean by that is when you buy stocks, your stock broker, your financial planner will show you a prospectus. They'll show you the statistics and the data on what that stock has done over a period of time. And you make a decision, yeah, sure, buy stock, put X amount of dollars in that stock. That's how you need to buy a house. Too many first-time investors that I see walk into outstanding rentals, outstanding product, and say, no, I don't like the house. I don't like the layout. I'm not fond of the floor or the cabinet. It doesn't matter what you're fond of. You're buying this because you want an income, you want an investment. You're not buying typically a stock because you like the company or because you like the people who run it or the people that work there. Sometimes, but typically you're buying it because it's going to provide you the greatest return. That's how you need to approach buying an investment property. You're buying an investment property as an investment, so take the emotion out of it. I actually recommend to most people, don't even go to the investment property. What you need to see is statistically, what's that neighborhood sell for? What's it rent for? What's it rented for over a period of time? What does this house look like compared to those that have rented? What is it? And so that you can clearly analyze the financial component of this. Too many people have passed on outstanding investment properties because they emotionally couldn't wrap their mind around living in that house. Well, guess what? You're never going to live in that house because it's a different price point. If you're looking at a $150,000 house and you live in a $500,000 house, you're never going to move into the $150,000 house. So emotionally, it is going to be very hard for you to connect to that property. So you got to take the emotion out of it. Purely logic, purely financial. The next component, the next pitfall is many first-time investors make the cash flow assessment based on what the current tax value is of that property. Unfortunately, when you buy that property as an investor, if it currently has a homestead exemption on it, and especially if it's had one for 10 or 15 years, the tax value is likely artificially low compared to market value. As soon as you acquire that as an investor, the next calendar year, the county is going to remove that homestead exemption and they're going to adjust that value to what they believe fair market value is. And that can be a significant leap in tax value, which will be a significant leap in taxes. So you want to make sure that you're calculating your cash flow based on what your contract price is, what the tax value is, the taxes on contract price, not taxes on what the current assessed value is. And the last tip is many people out there online, webinars, the podcasts, etc., say, hey, all you need to do is acquire a property that makes $100 or $500 or $100 or $200 or $50 a month, and you're golden. You just want a cash flow. False. That doesn't work in Texas for reason number two. If you buy a property today that makes $100 in cash flow and it's 50% current tax value to current retail value, as soon as you lose that homestead exemption and your value goes to current market value, your taxes are going to double and that $100 could evaporate and could go into the red. So a case in point of that is a property that I'm aware of. Somebody acquired it 3 years ago. The values have gone up significantly. So there was a $400 cash flow on that 3 years ago. Now there is a $75 cash flow. Next year, it's going to be in the red. In 3 years, that outstanding cash flow completely evaporated because of the appreciation of value on that property. So when you're going into analyzing these properties, you have to take that into consideration. You have to have enough cash flow coming in to absorb appreciation of value and the increase in taxes for at least a few years, 3 to 5 to 7 years. If it's going to be in the red in 1 or 2 years and you're going to have to turn it out and flip it and sell it, then you have other tax ramifications and other complications. So you want to make sure that you've got enough cash flow in there to at least hang on to the property for a reasonable amount of time. Hopefully this gives you guys some tips. Hopefully these suggestions help you, and these pitfalls are some things that will save you some money. I would hate to have you go in to buy a house that cash flows $50. Next year you're in the red 200 because the value goes up. So if I can help you in any way, please call, text, or email me. I'm here for you. Have a great day.